Take 63. Obviously, for those who are keeping up on current events that are going on within the Steemit community and who have been following the Tino take, you know that I have been talking for some time now of some of the great projects that we're working on within the Italian community. And so it is only natural that with the announcement of a new contest from the Italian community, from the country representative Girolamo Marotta, this Tino take is obviously going to be dedicated to promoting that and to talking a little bit about that with the English speaking audience. So the only subject that we have for this take will be the new contest. Dear Steemians, welcome to my country. The link is there. It's available. Most of you will probably already know about it. I have already shared it. The Steemit team is excited about it. A lot of the country representatives are already responding and preparing themselves, as this will take off on the 1st of December. So we have not that much time to really work out the little details that could make this the best quality contest that we've had thus far. Now, I don't mean to come across as braggadocious, but listen, we have some novelties that we would like to present. Now, whether they go forward or not, now is the moment for me to be able to present some of those ideas, because I do hope that whether or not some of these ideas get used in the future within this contest and others, that we start to take a new approach on how we can interact socially within the Steemit platform to create some new kind of ideas that can take us away from the traditional way of doing things and the harder way of doing things. Now, let's talk first and foremost about Dear Steemians, welcome to my country. Sometime back, I had put together a proposal with the country representative for Italy about something called Dear World, greetings from my country. It was a little contest that we wanted to put together, and not really a contest in the sense of first place, second place, but we wanted to reach out to other country representatives. We wanted to start creating a network and a system of teamwork between these country representatives, so that we can now get to know each other. Now that we have this, now we have the Steemit team with the Tron Foundation, which are doing a lot of innovative and different styles of approaching the Steemit platform. I believe that the Steemit team was very much handcuffed because of the situation that the Steemit community was found in with the prior users, with the prior system, and not to blame Ned Scott, but with the prior president. He was locked into the founder's trap. Maybe I'll have an opportunity to talk about that. It's something that I learned from corporate life cycles, which I won't talk about that now. But the founder's trap is when the founder of something really finds himself stuck in a corner because the people in the quote-unquote company or in the community have different ideas of about how to put forward or continue to evolve what the company or what the endeavor was really supposed to be about, or what really it could be about. So there was a lot of roadblocks for the Steemit team. There was a lot of handcuffing and cornering in, boxing in. And I have seen since this change that the Steemit team has really transformed the way in which Steemians have a more laxed environment, a more rewarding environment. I've talked about this a lot. So now from the Steemit team, having done 100 days of Steam successfully and with great passion, they brought in a lot of new people with a lot of new ideas and a lot of new kinds of flexibility that we weren't used to in the past. So with this success, the Steemit team has been able to create, let's say, another layer under the company in which we have country representatives from all over the world. That was a fantastic idea, and it's something that didn't really exist before, and if it did, certainly not on the scale that exists now. So when we had here in Italy the country representatives selected, and I promoted and got involved in that a lot because I really wanted to see Girolamo with his talents and his qualities to be able to lead this community in its rebirth, because I saw the Italian community die out. So with my connection to the country representative, because our friendship actually built up on that. We actually got to know each other through this struggle of trying to get him appointed as the country representative. And we've managed to stay connected and stay friends and to work with one another. Now we're finding out that we have other qualities that are synchronistic and that create a synergy between us, which helps us to be able to design projects, organize projects, execute and facilitate projects, and complete projects. And that's something that's really important in this kind of environment. So what we wanted to do, and it's something that we had spoken about early on, we wanted to create a bridge between all of the country representatives so that we can create a real network of people who can count on one another within this social media environment and within this social networking environment, to create a bridge, to create a web that can connect all of us together. So we came up with the idea, Dear World, greetings from my country. So we wanted to try to get to know some of the country representatives, some of their community members, by just kind of warmly open up this letter style. And that letter style actually was evolved out of the Dear Diary, the Steam diaries that were going on with the diary game that got really popular during the 100 days of Steam. So this has all been an evolution from one step to another step, from one idea to another idea. We had the Steam diaries, the diary game. The diary game then inspired us to do this Dear World. In the case of the Italian community, we had Sri Lanka, which greatly participated. They were actually the only country who participated in the event. It was a little bit disappointing because we had really hoped that the other country representatives would hear the call of their fellow country representative and present themselves and get involved in it. Now, this kind of was a low blow for me and for Girolamo, more so for Girolamo because he had the courage to put himself out there as the country representative, put the idea out there. But in the end, he was really happy because he had a really positive response from Sri Lanka. And so the first connection was made from one community to another community. And so we were not looking to stop there. We were not, and I was doing my best to keep Girolamo positive. He was doing his best to keep me positive and to say, okay, what is going to be the learning experience from this? And so the STEAMA team, however, was very supportive of the entire situation and gave encouragement, and in fact pitched in and gave us an idea, because we had started to work on something known as STEAM's Got Talent, and that's still there. In fact, the success of how this contest goes will lay the groundwork for being able to do STEAM's Got Talent. If this goes well and these innovations work, then we have the groundwork, the foundation to be able to do STEAM's Got Talent in a really grand way, in a really fun way, and in a really social media way in which we can actually have real people participating. You know, this isn't for bots. This isn't for hackers. This is really for community members. So the idea that was pitched to Girolamo was the idea of creating some kind of contest in which people can compete for who's got the best travel location, vacation spot in this time of corona virus. I don't know what to call it because I don't want to jump over into conspiracy theories, because that's not the purpose of this program for today. But this plandemic or spamdemic, oh my goodness, I can't wait until I can actually get into those subjects. But let me not divert too much. In this time period where people really aren't able to travel, why not get to know one another's countries? Why not get to know what is valuable about different locations around the world? And let's see who are the people who are best capable of pitching their place, pitching their location, pitching their culture, their country. I think this is an amazing idea. And I think it's something that people can easily participate in, because you basically just, you have to promote and sell your location of your choice, what you like the best. It can be your hometown. It can be a place that you visited yourself. Now the competition aspect of it was modified. The STEAMIT team had provided their outline. We looked at the outline. We found it a little bit far too complicated, and in such a way that we were afraid that people wouldn't really be able to or really want to participate in, because it was too complicated the way that it was set up. So we rearranged it somewhat. And what we did was we created a continuation. So from the Dear Italy, Dear Sri Lanka, greetings from my country, we kind of modified that, included in the STEAMIT team's idea, and came up with Dear STEAMians, welcome to my country. Dear STEAMians, because we did not want to limit anyone. We wanted to involve the entire STEAMIT community, all STEAMians from all around the world. And welcome to my country would be the aspect, the part of it where people have an opportunity to pitch their country, the locations within their country, as the best places for people to come and visit. So that creates an ease, that creates an easiness for people to be able to say, okay, I can just throw up a post about my local town, or there may be an archaeological site close to my town, or maybe there's a museum in my city that everyone should come to, or some kind of place, some kind of location that people can easily promote, write about, tell us about it, tell us how we can get there, tell us what kind of foods we can enjoy. I mean, this is very easy contest to participate in. Then we came across the challenge of, okay, how will we be able to vote this system? Now, the Italy game team has a weekly kind of reward system in which they vote on the best user of the week. That's something that they do internally. They discuss it amongst themselves, the Italy team, and then they decide on, they vote on, and they usually come to a unanimous decision on a good user of the week. Now, that wouldn't work on this scale, because people would think, okay, well, who are these people that are judging the winners, and why can't I have my say? So I reflected on the idea, and I thought about it, and I did my introspection, which is what I do. And then I came up with the idea of, okay, STEAMians can vote for a post by leaving a comment and just simply pasting in a link that would pop up, that would cause an image that pop up. And I immediately put that image together with a STEAM symbol and a thumbs up, plain and simple, because we did not want to rely on the voting system. You didn't want to sit here and count votes, because a lot of those are auto votes, and it just wouldn't be a fair system to count, and nor would it be a participatory system in which other STEAMians can get involved in. So I came up with that idea to use the comments as a way of voting for different posts by simply just throwing a link into the image. That way, those who, Girolamo and the Italy team and anyone else who wants to participate in helping to count the votes, you just simply have to go to the post to qualify, the post that will qualify. You go down into the comment section and you see the people who have left the vote by simply counting the buttons, your upvote buttons. These will be a different type of STEAM. These are called STEAM vote buttons. And so you just count those images, and there you have it. You have the number of votes that each post will get, each post that qualifies. That's easier to monitor, it's easier to track, and it's easier to verify, because we can all go into the post, go down and say, okay, this person received 12 votes. We can count them. Also, the nice thing about this style of voting system is that it allows you not only to throw the vote in, not only throw the STEAM vote in as an image, but under the image you can leave a comment. So we want to really start looking for people to even comment. We may in the future be able to even have a kind of contest system, who comes up with the best comment in the voting. But at the same time, people who just want to leave a vote can be comfortable to leave a vote. They don't have to comment, but it allows for participation. It allows for the comment section to be used more readily by people who may not really leave comments or may not really engage in the commenting, because we need that. We need to start having more and more people comment further and further. The Steam It team wanted to try to promote this further with the 1% and 2%. There was the affable idea. There's Penny for Thoughts by Stephen Palmer and his son, and that whole family, the whole Palmer family, because people want to, let's start being more of a social media network, and the comments are really important. Commenting is really important if we're going to be a social community. So this is another way to promote commenting, by making the comments a voting system and encouraging people to maybe for now, maybe you'll just want to vote, but maybe next time you'll want to leave a comment. And maybe in the future, we may want to create an internal contest within the contest for those who leave the best comments. You get upvoted, and that best comment with the vote actually goes up to the top. So that was the first innovation that I came up with, in saying, let's create a Steam vote, a different voting system for these contests, which is community oriented, which is democratic in nature. So then we faced the second problem. And the second problem was, how do we reward the winners? Now, classically and traditionally, we've always looked to the idea of the winner will get 100 Steam, or the winner will get 10 Steam dollars. And the classical traditional way in which we have always done things within the Steam It system is to basically say, a winner number one will get this amount of Steam, winner number two will get this amount of Steam. But since the Steam It team has created the different Steam curation accounts, the Steam curators, we now have the possibility and the ability to be rewarded through upvotes. And so I wanted to create an idea that would be original, that would be different, and that would create a new style of rewarding winners of different contests. And I thought about it, and I couldn't come up with anything for a while. This is why this project was taking a little while, because I really wanted to come up with something innovative and something that was really community oriented. And then one day it just struck me, it just hit me, this insight just blasted into my mind out of nowhere, and I said to myself, wait a minute, why not have the winner be announced in a post, and have that winner, the winner of that contest, be set as the beneficiary 100% by the person who is running the contest? And so I proposed this idea to Girolamo, and he was just blown away by it. He said, this is really original. This has never been done before. This would be a great way to not only have a rewarding system in which all people can participate in, because, let's say someone doesn't really have any Steam to offer to put into the pot for the winner. Well, that person can offer an upvote. So at the end of a week, when a winner is announced, your upvotes, which you don't lose out anything. Actually, you win. It's a win-win situation. You upvote a post, and all of the winnings, all of the rewards that come in from that post go 100% to the winner, as in the form of a beneficiary. Now, to further involve the Steam It team, who has offered to use the Steam curating accounts, we wanted to, because we'd like to encourage people to power up. So instead of you winning 100 Steam or 10 Steam dollars, you're gonna win some voting power, because we're gonna have the winner set. The winner is going to have the post set to 100% power up, 100% beneficiary, and therefore all of the votes contribute to creating more Steam power for that person. It encourages the Steam It team to get involved, because this is a good way to create investment in the Steam It community and in the Steam system. And so Girolamo was really excited about that. But now, in after the announcement, we had the Steemit team step in and said that they are willing to give some handsome rewards for first place all the way down to fifth place. Now, I've seen in the response, and I still haven't gotten a response yet from Girolamo, but I am strongly encouraging him to continue on with this new innovative way of being able to reward people, because now the Steemit team would like to reward up to 5 people. We had thought about one person, but now that the Steemit team has mentioned that they are willing to reward 5 people per week, we have to jump on an opportunity like that, because the more people that can have a chance of winning, the more people will be willing to participate. When you only have first place, then the competition gets really tight and people get really anxious and think to myself, well, I'm putting my real good efforts into creating the best post that I can create, but what are really the chances of my winning if there's only one prize? So having 5 prizes is really, really excellent. But the thing that concerns Girolamo, obviously, is how do you divide up a post with, with 5 prizes? Yes, you can set beneficiaries, different beneficiaries, but I just kind of, because Girolamo was suggesting to the Steemit team, well, okay, maybe this won't work, and let's just go back to the classical way of doing things. I have just sent him my opinion on this, and I said I would really strongly like to encourage you to continue on with the idea of writing a post and setting the winner as the beneficiary, even if you have to write 5 posts. This is what I said to him. Write 5 posts for each of the top 5 winners. Doesn't matter. I know we have this conditioning, we have this traditional sense of, writing at least, writing usually like 1 or 2 posts a day. And that's because we're conditioned by auto votes. We're conditioned by the fact that most people set auto votes to 1 per day. And so we don't see the incentive in voting for more than, for posting up more than 1 post or 2 posts per day. But what I said to Girolamo is, I said, look beyond that. Don't look at it as to, don't look at it from this perspective. You don't need the steam power. You have great steam power. You have a lot of support. Think about the participants and think about the style of rewarding, which would be really beneficial for the Steemit community, because we can encourage people to write posts or be rewarded with steam power. We need to create more value in steam power. It's great that people want to grab steam. It's great that people want to grab steam dollars. But steam power is also an excellent reward to give out to people. And we have not had a style or a way of being able to reward people in steam power, other than giving out delegations, of course. But then your delegation can then be retracted at some point. This is a way, in order to be able to reward people in steam power, this is a way in which the Steemit team can participate in giving a prize to the top 5 winners by having 5 different posts. Now, whether Girolamo wants to do this or not, that will be up to him to decide. But I would strongly encourage this idea of just writing up 1 post per winner. Then during the week, you don't have to upvote those immediately. If it's a question of concerning yourself about your voting power, then, you announce the 5 winners and you have 7 days. One day you can upvote 1 winner. The next day you can upvote another winner. And so it's not a question of being concerned about the voting power. There are ways to get around these. And so these are the ideas that I'm putting forward. If these ideas work, then it will lay the groundwork for some very interesting contests in the future, because now we have a different type of voting system that involves the community. We have a different type of rewarding system which will also involve the community, but will also support rewarding people in steam power, which encourages people to hold their steam. We have a unique system here, and we have to work around the ideas that are out there of what kind of social media network we are. We do have a cryptocurrency that is attached. That cryptocurrency has its own style. It has its own uniqueness. And I really would like to talk about this in the near future, because of Bitcoin becoming so increasingly valuable. I think we ought to pay close attention to the fact that in the future, remember that Bitcoin is only going to reach 21 million coins. So we're going to be looking at a coin that's going to become very, very, very scarce. That means that the value of the Bitcoin can continually, if the system continues to evolve, and it will, the value of the Bitcoin will become astronomical. It's already become astronomical, but it'll go beyond where it is now. That means that not that many people will be able to participate in the Bitcoin system. I joked previously about the fact that, there'll come a point where a Satoshi will be so valuable that you won't even be able to buy a cup of coffee with it because they can't give you change. The Satoshi will be so worth so much. So why do I mention this in the context of Steem? Because Steem and any other cryptocurrency coin that is worth less will become the currency of the masses. You see, Bitcoin will become so valuable that the masses will not be able to participate in it. It will become an investment coin for rich people, for banks. So other cryptocurrency coins that are worth less but not worthless will have a greater accessibility to the masses, which will create mass adoption. And the Steem coin will be one of those. The Steem token, because it has the uniqueness of having a social media network attached to it, has its uniqueness. And so we would like to encourage as many Steemians as possible to hold on to their Steem. Hold on to your Steem in the form of Steem Power. So this way of rewarding people in Steem Power, I believe, is innovative and should be promoted and should be looked upon as something that is positive. And I'm concerned now that if Girolamo now does not want to take this approach, that the idea of rewarding people in Steem Power will lose its opportunity to shine. I think it's something that we really should encourage, because Steem Power is our way of ensuring that the coin has a future, because people hold on to it and don't just go and sell it off. Apart from that, Steem Power is what gives you influence within the system. So a lot of people would be eager to get themselves some Steem Power. So I really wanted to put my 100% focus on this Tino take to encourage people to get involved. The next couple of days, get yourself ready. We're going to iron out some of these. Little glitches, some of these little problems, so that if this system works, then we have a completely new style, a new way of creating contests within the Steem system that are really democratic, that really involve the community, and can really work on some of the problems that we've been having in the past, such as low levels of commenting. We need to get more people commenting. So now we're getting people familiar with the commenting section and, leaving comments, even if it's just a vote for now. Maybe tomorrow or the next time they'll want to leave a vote and then leave a comment as well. And approaching the issue of making Steem Power even more valuable as a rewarding system within these contests. So listen, everyone, get involved. The link is there. Tell your community about it. Translate all of this stuff into the different languages, and country representatives, please help Girolamo and the Italian team to manage what's coming in the next 4 weeks, because there's probably going to be a lot of work that needs to be done. But in having said that, listen, let's just have a lot of fun with this, because there's going to be more to come after if this is really successful. So as always, thank you very much for listening. We will catch up on the next Tino take.